So guys, the video is from Drewberry. It is called Marvelous Snap, We Need to Talk Again. Why do he says again? Because he uploaded a video talking about that. Look at this, December 8th. And since before that, I've been talking about this problem, and when he released this video, we watched that video, and it was a really cool video. I like that video, and I said to you guys, Drewberry is on point in this video. So he is going to talk about it again, and we are of course going to watch it again to see how is this, because of course since then I have been talking about this. I have gone non-stop about this topic because I believe this is really important, brother. So let's do it. Yo, Raptor, my brother, how you doing, bro? How you doing, my dude? I hope everything is cool. So let's watch Drewberry's video, brother.
Much rather celebrate what's exciting about Marvel. Look, I do not want to make this video. I would much rather celebrate what's exciting about Marvel Snap. I think as content creators, we try to hype up the game, be authentic about it, but show, you know, all the new stuff and celebrate why it's fun, get people excited. And unfortunately, I just feel like there's still a huge issue that's either, you know, making existing players leave the game or get discouraged, or also preventing new players from jumping in and really truly enjoying the experience that is Marvel.
For sure, brother, for sure. I really don't know because I don't have the data for players leaving the game, but I know that I have not been recommending the game to new people or to my friends, you know, because if they ask me, brother, I want to play Marvelous Snap, how is the stuff? I say, brother, don't waste your time in this shit. You will get burned out. You won't get the new cards. You will not care. You will waste your time. Don't get into the game, brother. This is my honest opinion to my friends that ask me about the game. So that is really bad. That is really fucking bad for the game, brother. And I will think that there are people that leave the game because of that, brother. Early game is great, but eventually you will run out of content soon. Exactly, yes. I know they will enjoy, or probably will enjoy, early game, but it is all a waste because when they are late game, they are going to get pissed off and they are going to abandon the game. So why bother? Some people will say, well, you extracted some hours of fun out of the game, and yes, probably, but I am really goal oriented, and I really want to keep playing the game, and I will, if I end up abandoning the game when I enter the drought of content, I will think that all the time that I spent playing the game was wasted time that I could have invested in another game that respected my time more, you know. Yo, yes, I literally just bought Galactus to run the new release you made. If you can beat him, exactly, brother. Galactus is really cool, and that deck is really cool, and I am proud of that deck, brother. I am proud of that deck a lot. So let's keep watching here.
Marvel Snap. So I just want to talk about the economy in Marvel Snap. It has been an ongoing issue. It has been, you know, renowned as one of the more expensive card games on the market, with very little return. And I feel like changes need to be made. I felt like changes need.
Exactly. You pay a lot of money for nothing because people say, oh, well, in Hearthstone it is really expensive too, and whatever. And Magic the Gathering is really expensive, bro. But you drop $200 on Hearthstone and you get a bunch of cards. You drop $200 on Magic the Gathering Arena and you get a bunch of cards. You drop $200 on Marvelous Snap and you get one card. That is not fun, motherfucker. That is not cool. That is not good return on investment. That is stupid. You are getting finesse. You are getting grief, brother.
Needs to be made. On December 8th is when I made this video. That was about a week and a bit after the token shop was released, because at the time they gave us a bunch of tokens when it was released. If you had been playing for a significant amount of time, you got to basically get 2 free Series 5 cards, and then if you hadn't been playing too much, you got like 1 free one, etc., etc. It was in tokens, but
and as I always say, brother, the day they released the patch that introduced tokens and Series 5 and 4, that was the best patch in Marvel Snap history. Not because they introduced Series 4 and 5, that was the stupid part, but because they released a bunch of new cards at the same time. And it was really cool, it was fun. And we got a lot of tokens at the same time, so we could buy cards, you know. You get, if you were at 500 on the collection level, you got 3K tokens. At 1K, you got 6K tokens. And at 3K, you got 12K tokens. I got 12K tokens. So you bought a bunch of cards and you were happy, brother. That was awesome.
But it was pretty good. But it felt like the honeymoon stages. It was like, here's a bunch of tokens. It's going to be exciting. Here's the token shop. But then right after you use those, you started to realize, wow, it takes a long time to save up those tokens and get a Series 5 card.
Exactly. At the start, people were, I don't know, they had a lot of tokens because they gave you tokens and everybody thought that it was going to be okay. But I told you guys that it was not going to be okay even at that moment. And of course it wasn't okay. People realized that getting tokens was hard and that Series 5 cards are too expensive. And of course the biggest problem is that every new card goes into Series 5.
And if this does not apply to you, then I am stoked for you. I would like nothing more than people to be happy with the current state of Marvel Snap in its entirety. From the economy to the meta to balance, everything like that, that's all I could ever want. But I feel like those people, unfortunately, fall in the minority, and a majority.
Bro, thank God I realized my cam is on top of Drewberry's face, brother. That is stupid. Let's go here. Thank God I realized, because I could go the whole video just going over his face, you know. Let me flip this, brother. There you go, there you go.
Majority of players are frustrated, and I have a few things that I want to show you guys in this video that kind of back that up, which I'm a bit concerned about. But here is the post economic changes since token shop release, right? To see what they have done up to this point, basically since I made this video. So in January 10th, collector's token payout for players who completed Series 3 cards will be between 200 to 600 instead of a fixed 400. Negligible. That didn't even matter. It's like literally just giving you highs and lows instead of a fixed amount. Ignored.
Not only it did not matter, it made the game actively worse, because now they are messing with your brain. They are trying to condition your brain to getting high for when you get more tokens, when you know that you are on average getting the same bullshit, and they are just introducing a random element just to fuck with your brain. And that, I don't know about you, but that pisses me off. They literally said to the coder dude, hey bro, according to the box algorithm, that sometimes you get 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So you wasted development time, and yes, granted, this could be done in a couple of hours for a good programmer, but you wasted development time in this shit that wasn't necessary just because you want to fuck with our brains. That is fucked up, brother. I don't like that. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth, bro.
Okay, January 31st, first series drop. Series drops are really important. This is fantastic. It makes new cards eventually accessible for the general population. The problem is it takes too damn long. Like, exactly. How many times have you probably said it or seen it online, like in Reddit or anything, Twitter, anything like that, where it's like, oh, sweet, a new card. I can't wait to play that 2-3 months next year, whatever it is.
Exactly. That is the first thing you say. Yo! Celote, my brother! You subscribe, bro! Welcome to the prank, brother. Thanks a lot. You are fucking awesome, my dude. Gracias, brother. Gracias, papi. Eres bello, bebé. So, bro, that happens every time. You go to Second Dinner's Twitter or Marvel Snap Twitter, and when they tweet like, today we release Stegron or whatever, you see immediately all the comments are, oh, I can't wait to play this card in 1 year, you know? Because yes, nobody's wanna pay 6K tokens for this shit, and it is going to drop to Series 4 in 3 months, and it is going to drop to Series 3 in 3 more months, so 6 more months so you can play with the card. At that point, you don't care anymore. You got other things on your mind. At that point, you maybe even drop the game. Whatever, the game is stupid. The system is stupid, brother. At that point, everybody knows what the card does. It was already theory crafted. Content creators already left behind that card. The hype for the card has already died down. Nobody cares.
And that's justified. That's basically how it works. It takes too long. You can't really save up the tokens to get that card. You can save up for maybe one a month, and that's being generous. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, it's not great. It's not a good feeling. So new card hype doesn't really exist, I think. You get to watch it like from your favorite
Te está saludando, papi, te está saludando. Yo es como, hey, epa, yo. ¿Me entiendes?
content creator, but that's like
I am just explaining to Celote what yo means. You know, he's one of my friends, and he doesn't know much English. You know.
just about it. You don't actually get to experience the new content yourself until 3 months later, and then the meta has already figured out how that card's good, how it
exactly what I just said, brother. Exactly what I just said, bro.
Played so you don't get that fun experimentation phase that is so valuable in card games when you first pick them up. So anyways, that's a bit of a frustration, but we'll get to that in a second as well. So series 5 and 4 now have shared rotation protection in the token shop. That doesn't really matter because eventually they split up the token shop, which we'll get to. Token Tuesdays finally started on February 21st. These have actually been fantastic little bundles that you can get. You can get tokens directly using your gold.
But at the same time, you can't stop thinking when you say, oh, Token Tuesdays are awesome because it's a way that I can get tokens directly and I can spend my gold more efficiently and I can get more tokens for my stuff, for my cars. That is what I care about. So, and it's the best buy you can get if you want tokens in all of Marvel Snap. But if you go past that, and it is true, all of that is true. But if you go past that, you think these motherfuckers are creating an artificial scarcity on the game so they can sell me the thing that they are purposely making scarce. You know what I'm saying? They introduce a rarity for the new cards that no one can access, and they ask for a premium cost with a premium currency, and then they make that currency the most scarce currency in the whole game, and then they say, oh, but I can sell it to you. So what do? You go and you buy it like a little bitch. And I know because I have bought every Token Tuesday that they have released. Of course, I do it with the gold that you earn from the game. But there are people that buy that shit with money, brother, because they spend their gold on variants or on whatever, you know. So they are creating an artificial scarcity, so you have to buy the Token Tuesdays. So yes, it is the best way to get tokens in the game, but it is also another way in which they are finessing us. This is a classic strategy. Of course, Second Dinner didn't invent this strategy. This has been a popular business strategy since humans were in the caverns, brother, with selling stones. But it's a finesse action either way, brother. They control their economy, so they make these deals look good because they overprice everything. They make tokens scarce, so it makes them look valuable. Exactly. Which is why I feel a lot of people will buy that 10K token bundle. Oh, brother. A lot of people will do. You know why? Because that 10K bundle for $100, if you convert everything and you assign a dollar value to the tokens, that 10K bundle that costs $100, it offers good value in terms of the amount of money you are paying for tokens. You know what I'm saying? When someone do the math and you assign a dollar value to each token, it is the best value tokens have ever had inside of Marvel Snap. But it is $100 bundle, brother. Don't buy that shit. Yes, it offers good value, but as you are saying, it has an artificial increased value because they purposely make everything else not worth it, you know. So yes, they are going to get away with pricing this bundle at this price point, and they are going to sell a lot of that bundle. Let me tell you right now, don't ever forget that they are going to sell that token 10K token bundle a lot. They are going to earn so much fucking money from that bundle, brother, that it pisses me off. It pisses me off.
It's good value. These are great. I would love to see more of these and maybe even at a cheaper price. March 21st, 4 times more tokens than before for Series 3 complete. That sounds great, but they also simultaneously remove Series 3 from the token shop. So,
brother, I know that some people won't because he said maybe at a cheaper price, and I say yes, brother. Yes, Token Tuesdays should be cheaper. Everything in Marvel Snap should be cheaper. And I know this is not a good measurement to say something, but if you say to your grandpa, because I know that times change and things are not the same that they were before, but talk to your grandpa and said, Grandpa, I just spent $100 on a card in a digital game that is inside my cell phone that I can ever take out of there. And when the servers shut down, the card is going to disappear. And your grandpa would slap you because you're an idiot. You understand what I am saying? This shit is worthless. And we are, well, not me, but people are paying a lot of fucking money for this, dude. It is insane, brother. It is insane. Even the Token Tuesday felt shitty to me. I only bought the first one. Because I would argue that it feels shitty because of the artificial scarcity, but I have bought every single one because I want the tokens to buy my cards, you know. But yes, it is stupid. It's funny because I have a friend who is a new player trying to figure out why he can't get Series 3 cards. I say, well, Second Dinner wanted to force people to buy the new cards. Oh, why? Because before the update, Series 3 incomplete people would only get 100 tokens for 4 boxes and could only afford Series 3 cards. Exactly. And I have said this several times. These people saw that players that were in Series 3 weren't interacting with Series 4 and Series 5 cards, and instead of fixing the system, they said, you know what? To make them interact with Series 4 and Series 5 cards, we are going to make it that they can't buy Series 3. Now you have to buy Series 4 and Series 5. Ta-da! We solved the problem. No, motherfucker, you did nothing. You made it worse. Objectively worse, dude. So, I can't understand how you can be this stupid, bro. At this point, I'm thinking of just spending my gold on variant for cards I actually play instead of cards that might be trash anyway. I don't buy this Token Tuesday because I don't care for tokens, so I might as well save the gold for bundles that have variants of cards I like. Treat myself a little within this shit economy system. Yes, well, because you guys like variants, brother. But I don't give a fuck about variants. I only want more cards to make more cool decks, you know. I just bought the Blue Marvel Negative Zone variant because it's cool as fuck. Even if the resources they give is not that good, well, as long as it's not dog shit like that Venomized bundle. The one with the Venom and Carnage, well, I don't know how much is that one, but brother, those variants are cool. I like those variants.
So it was like, oh, shoot, like Series 3 is the most bloated series in Marvel Snap. It has like, I don't even know, 100 cards or something like that. And it's only going to get bigger because up to this moment in time, they have not dropped any cards from Series 3 to 2 post Token Shop. Right? So Sandman and Killmonger actually used to be Series 3 way back in beta, and they dropped those, but they haven't done it since. I would love to see them do that a little bit more and make those cards a little bit faster to acquire, because right now Series 3 is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and this is the one series in the game that you pretty much can't target cards. Series 1 and 2 are pretty quick, and then you can't target Series 3, and then you can get the 4 and 5s. So I don't know, you get more tokens, which means you can get the new stuff faster, which is a bit of a band-aid on the problem, but you can't get, I don't know, like that meta-defining Series 3 card. You just got to hope that you roll into one of those chests. It wasn't a complete solution. It was kind of a workaround, and I don't feel like they should have added that clause. I feel like...
Exactly, brother. Everything they do related to economy is a band-aid to the problem that already exists, and they keep adding band-aids and band-aids and band-aids. Brother, you know what you have to do? Fix the whole system, because there is always going to come another wound that you have to cover with another band-aid, you know, because the system is flawed from the beginning, from the base, brother. It is fundamentally flawed, and you are always going to find problems, because if you make a mathematical projection for 8 months from now, you will say, brother, Series 3 is going to be a lot more cards, so people will have a harder time to find the card that they are looking for in a box or even in the rotation, because you will say, well, you get one free card a month, but there will come a point that Series 3 will be so big that the 8-hour rotation will be longer to get through all the cards, will be longer than the month they give you to get the free card, so it won't be enough. So what they will have to do, they will have to fix it again, they will have to do something about it. So every few months they have to do something about it, and it is raining and they are giving development time to this shit, and they have to constantly fix it, when you could just have a fundamental good system from the start and not do anything else, motherfucker. This is just so stupid, brother. And I know people don't like to use this example or this comparison because they think that Hearthstone is predatory too, and yes, maybe it is. But since the Hearthstone system was cool from the start, they have 12 fucking years running with the same system, and it is totally fine. You open packs, if you don't like the cards, you dust the cards and you craft the card that you want. It works. They didn't have to do anything else about it. They just adjusted the drop rates or whatever. But the Marvel Snap system is fundamentally flawed, and there is going to always come up a new problem is going to come up, and a new problem is going to come up, and you will have to be patching and putting band-aids on this shit forever until you change it from the ground up, brother. And you know what? They are stubborn. They are not going to do it. First, because they believe it is fine. A second, because they know that it makes them more money. But again, this will bite you in the ass in the long run. And I hope it bites you in the ass in the long run. Because, brother, I don't know if you have this say or this phrase in English, but in Spanish we have something, a say that says La avaricia rompe el saco, which means that greed breaks the bag. I don't know if that is how you say it in English. Greed breaks the bag. And that means, brother, don't be so greedy, because you are going to get full the bag and the bag is going to break up and you are going to lose all the money. Don't be too greedy, motherfucker, because you are going to burn out people. You want to be a little bit greedy. Finesse a little bit of people, but you will do it for a longer time. You know what I mean? Yo, Sriki, my brother, how you doing, bro? No, we are not streaming until the start of new season, bro. I am not that insane. But tomorrow we are streaming with the new season and we are going to climb, of course.
Series 3 should still be purchasable for those people who are jumping into Series 3. Okay.
Of course,
and then they split up the token shop on April 18th. That's the most recent change. Series 4 and 5 are their own little shop thing. The new card is its own thing, and the ultimate variants. That is a great feature. But when you look back at all of these features, have they made the game much more cheap? Have they made it a lot more economically viable for new player base, for casual players? Like, is this...
To nobody. It hasn't helped anybody. It is just the same stupid shit. The game is not better, brother.
Reasonable? Or are we just kind of adapting to the way it is, the way it's set up, these expensive bundles, which we're going to get to, the token?
Exactly what I say. They are twisting things and putting band-aids and doing whatever because the system is flawed from the start. And they are just trying to bamboozle us to not let us realize that this is what is happening, brother. Brother, we have watched videos by the other day we watched a video from a dude that is a CEO in a mobile game company, and he talked about all the psychology that goes into predatory monetization. We watch another video that also talks about the whole video game industry and predatory monetization. This is psychological manipulation in video games 101. Psychon Dinner is on this train, brother. Don't doubt for 1 second that Marvel Snap is not out to get your money with predatory manipulative bullshit, because we have compared everything that is in Marvel Snap to those tactics that they use to psychologically manipulate you into spending money, and Marvel Snap has almost all of them. I won't say all of them because there are not some tactics in there, but a lot of tactics are in Marvel Snap. So don't think for a moment that they are not out to get your money. And you know what I say? Okay, get money. You deserve money. The game is cool. The game is awesome. I am not. Don't think for a second that I am not. That I don't want them to get money. They deserve the money. The game is cool. The game is awesome. Get money. I don't like that they think that they need to manipulate us, brother. There are a lot of ways that you can monetize the game without fucking with our brains, that we are happy, that we have fun with the game, and also you make a lot of money. Why don't go for that? Yes, because you earn, I don't know, 40% less money. Let's say that number, and oh brother, we can lose 40% in revenue. We can do that. We have to squeeze these people for the last every penny that they have, even if we fuck with them. And that is the part that I don't like. That I don't know, unhealthy greed, you know? Like, brother, lose a little bit of revenue, maybe 40, 30, 20% of revenue, but make people happy. That will be better, and it will improve the longevity of the game. In my opinion, maybe I don't know about this yet because I am not an economist or an accountant or whatever, and they have someone on the team that says, no, that would not be sustainable. But I will say that the game will be sustainable, but they don't want to do that because they want more money. You know why? Brother, Hearthstone is a more complicated game with more, it is more polished. Let's be honest, it has a better UI. It has more game modes. It is more polished in every fucking way. It has more content yearly. And we saw some months ago when Marvel Snap released that Hearthstone was earning from $1 to $2 million a month. And Marvel Snap earned that month $20 million. So if it is sustainable for Hearthstone, brother, it is fucking sustainable for Marvel Snap to lose, I don't know, $5 from those $1 million and improve the game, wouldn't you say? Because they are not even reinvesting that money into the game. Where is that money going, brother? Because I am not seeing an improvement in the game. Are you hiring more people to fix the fucking game? No, the game is full of bugs. The game just looks like it is in beta still or in alpha. The UI is stupid. There are so many problems. Where is this money going, brother? So it pisses me the fuck off, because at least if you would make the game better with the money, I will be justified in saying, well, brother, they do these predatory tactics, but they are investing in the game and the game is awesome. No, that is not even happening. You only have one game mode. We don't have a PC version of the game. The filter system is stupid. You can go to the inbox on the PC version. So there are so many stuff, brother. Every time that I go into this topic, I go on massive rants because it pisses me off, and it pisses me more that people are not realizing these problems. And then when I say, some people say, brother, you're complaining too much about the stuff that doesn't matter. It pisses me the fuck off. Of course it matters, brother. I have 200 videos about this game. It fucking matters to me a lot. I don't want the game to die down because these people are too greedy, and I just waste my fucking time doing 200 fucking videos for this fucking game. Of course it matters to me, brother, and it matters to a lot of people that are wasting hours of their life in this shit and money that they are working because they are getting finessed by some bullshit shitty company, brother. Of course it pisses me off. Maybe it is complaining and it doesn't matter to you, but I guarantee you that for some people, the $100 that they spend on the pro bundle, and then they open boxes and they get 3 fucking titles and 2 pixel variants, it matters to them, brother. I guarantee you that it matters to them, motherfucker. Yo, Wes, brother, buenas tardes, mi hermano. Sorry for the rant, brother. We are not even at a quarter of the video. Sorry for the rant. I will try to not do it more.
Prices, every card being released as a Series 5, are we becoming numb to it? Are we just accepting that that's the way the game is going to be? And again, if you are happy with that, then I am stoked for you. All this that I'm going to be talking about in this video does not even apply to me. I'm not even crying about it. I don't even care. It really doesn't matter. I get the cards that I want because I put money into this game.
But the problem is not the speed of the video. The problem is me pausing the video and talking stuff. I won't talk 1.5 times faster, you know.
Because I'm a content creator. That's how I justify my purchases, which made me think, what if I didn't make content? What if I was just a consumer of this product, just like a lot of the viewers are? Okay, one, would I have spent the same amount of money that I have? The answer I can tell you right now is no. I'm pretty conservative when it comes to purchases in video games, and I would not have spent.
Brother, I create content for the game and I try to spend as little money as I can. I only buy the season passes, and even the last season pass, the Hitmonkey one, I wasn't going to buy it, and I ended up buying it like 5 days ago because I sold items that I had in Dora, and that gave me a Steam balance, and I bought the pass, but I didn't spend money from my wallet to get it, you know.
The same amount of money that I have, which means I probably would have 30 to 40% less resources, in-game resources, than I actively have in terms of cards, etc. Okay, avatars, whatever. Two, would I still be playing the game? This is a heavy-handed question, but honestly, if I really was being honest with you guys, the answer is no. That comes from a few things.
Of course, brother. The only fucking reason I still play this game is because of the sunken cost fallacy. I have already been playing the game for a long time. This is the game that I create content for. I have 200 videos for the game. My viewers know me for this game. If I completely change everything, no one will watch me. And yes, I am starting to make videos about Diablo 4, and I am going to make videos about DC Dual Force, but I am not going to abandon Marvel Snap because yes, I can't, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to give up on a lot of people that watch me because of Marvel Snap, you know. I don't want to lose them. So, but if I weren't creating content, brother, I was out like 4 months ago, brother. 4, 3, 5 months ago, I don't know. Because the game is stupid. I wouldn't deal with this bullshit. I will be playing something else, of course, 100%. But now that I am 200 videos in, that my viewers know me for Marvel Snap, well, brother, I have to keep going. I have to keep going, bro.
Things, I would probably, you know, get a little bit tired of not being able to get the new stuff. I'd want it, can't really afford it. I don't want to put the money into it, so it just gets kind of stale for me there. Then another issue is I would hit Infinite, and I feel like I would achieve the end. There's no, you know, further achievement beyond Infinite unless you want to hit it every single season. But then again, like, I feel like I need that shuffle up, those new cards to make it fun, build a new deck. If I was playing the same decks,
I have been hitting Infinite for what? I don't remember how many seasons in a row. 4 or 5 seasons in a row. And yes, it is kind of fun, but it is not also like, oh, how amazing. It is just okay. It is just okay.
Month over month, you know, they don't shuffle up that much. And not a shot at content creators. I love that they do this, but they're making all kinds of decks. But a lot of the times it's recycled with like 1 or 2 cards that's different.
Brother, this is exactly what I say all the time. And this is what I created a video talking about the cadence of release, the cadence of releasing new cards, you know, because 1 card a week is not enough. Not even if the card were free, and on top of that, the card is expensive as fuck. But not even if the card were free or was free, it will be enough. It is not enough content to keep the game alive. And at this point, take a look at the decks that are on the meta game, brother, or that people are playing. Are the same boring old fucking decks that we've always had. Balance patches, all that they do is they take the bottom decks and they take them up, and the ones that were up, they take them down. But they are the same fucking decks. So every time there is a balance patch, everything changes, up to down, but they are the same recycled ideas. There are no new ideas. There are no fresh ideas. There are no cool new stuff. It is all the fucking same boring stuff that we have been seeing since the fucking beta. Why? Because there are no new cool interesting cards, brother. That is why people get so hyped about cards like High Evolutionary, because they want to see something different, a new archetype. They want to create cool new stuff. But then they will get High Evolutionary, they will burn through that shit in 2 weeks, and then we are back to zero again. Release more new cards, and cards that are impactful like High Evolutionary, and people will be more hyped, because this staleness will keep happening if we don't have new cards, because all you will do is remove what is the strongest deck, but they are going to keep being the same decks, the same recycled ideas once and over again. It is stupid. And if I know this, that it is not my job, a person that is in game development, that is a game designer, that studies human psychology, has to know this 100%.
because that's just how it is. The cards don't get changed enough. Now, we do have balance changes coming, which helps, but I feel like new cards are the best way to bring life to different metas. But it's, again, the general population can access the new cards, so there's a bit of an inherent problem there. Anyways, that's what they've done post Token Shop. Let's look at the bundles real quick. Okay, so the bundles are kind of interesting because I think a lot of them are pretty decent. And
there it is what I said to you, Raptor, earlier. Look at the total value of the Beautiful Beyond Compare bundle. That is the bundle that you pay $100 and they give you 10k tokens. It has a lot of value if you value inside of the game, so people will buy it. Brother, it offers good value in terms of tokens for the money, but you are paying $100 for a fictional currency in a stupid game that is finessing you, brother, and that is money that is going to the fucking garbage. You are never going to recoup this money, brother. Never, ever, ever, my dude.
I will say this right off the bat, the best part about the bundles is you do not have to purchase them. You can just leave them be. So it doesn't really matter if they're that much more expensive. It's just whatever. The only problem I have is that because they're putting in bundles, I feel like it's their way of saying we're giving you opportunities to acquire the new cards. We're giving you opportunities to acquire tokens. So if you're not capitalizing on that, well, then it's not our problem. We're going to keep our prices the same, which is a bit of a problem when your bundles cost $100. Look at Beautiful Beyond Compare.
Guys, I sometimes laugh myself because I know that I don't have a huge following. A lot of people don't know me, you know. I don't even have 1k subs. But I sometimes laugh by myself thinking that someone at Second Dinner has watched one of my rants and or they laugh or they get pissed off that I am all the time bashing on them, you know. Or they laugh like, oh, this dude knows what we are doing, but we are going to keep doing it. Or maybe no one watches this shit and no one cares. But it is cool thinking about that, you know, that some person inside the Second Dinner scene has watched one of my rants, you know. And they say, oh, we hate this motherfucker, he's always talking shit about us.
This little snapshot here is from marvelsnapzone.com. They do fantastic work. And this is for the upcoming June season, or May season, I believe. So Beautiful Beyond Compare is going to be the next bundle. Look at the progression value, which is like this column right here, okay? 4.9. Exactly. So that is your best bang for your buck if you want to progress in Marvel Snap. If you want to get this.
Exactly what I said. It offers, I told you guys, it offers good value if you do the math to see how much you get for each dollar. So people are going to buy it because of that, but you are paying $100, my brother.
Bundle compared to other bundles, right? Because you're getting 10,000.
Yes, good value in terms of the artificial economy that they are creating inside the game. So it offers good value because they are conditioning your brain to think that this is good value because they are artificially increasing the value of everything with overpriced bundles in other areas, you know. We already talked about it. This is a technique called anchoring. They are anchoring your brain to think that tokens are valued at whatever, and then they give you this and it is good value, but it is still overpriced bullshit, and it is again $100 because you can go and say to them, oh, give me the same value but only for $10. I want the $10 ones. Like if you are going to buy, I don't know, meat, you can say to the butcher, hey, I only want 1 pound of meat, and they just give you 1 pound. You can do this with tokens in Marvel Snap. You can say to them, oh, just give me $10 of token show of collector tokens, please. No, if you are going to buy it, you have to buy the $100 one.
Tokens. That is a Series 5 and a Series 3 card with
Your first ban, Raptor! Your first ban, brother! Let's celebrate this, brother. You banned a person for the first time. That is fucking cool. Fuck that dude.
a little bit left over, which is great, but you're paying $100. And what did I just say you get? 2 cards. Do you see what happened there? When I first said that statement, because it's a Series 5.
2 cards if you buy Series 5 plus Series 4. But if you want to buy 2 Series 5, it is not even 2 Series 5. So you are paying $100 for only 1 card or 1.5 cards. That is stupid, brother. And this is good value. So you pay $100 for 1.5 cards. And that is the best case scenario. This is the good value. So how much is this shit cost when it is not the best value? Brother, this is insane.
5 and a Series 4 card, you probably thought that's really good value. That's great. But then when I talk about $100 for 2 cards, look at any other card game. Isn't that ridiculous? It's actually crazy. And I feel like my brain has been worked around to think because they're so rare that cards are so difficult to acquire.
Exactly. That is the technique they use, Drewberry, my brother. They try to condition your brain to think that this is the way it is. But no, why does it have to be like this? They are gods in the game. They are the developers. They can do anything. They are conditioning our brain to think that this is how it is. No, brother. Oh, brother Drewberry, but I am so happy that you are catching up on this shit. Well, you know about this since the other video that we watched in December, brother. Oh, brother, it is so comforting, and how do you I feel validated that other people catch up on this bullshit.
That it's okay to spend $100, which you could spend on a full game that could give you 60+ hours of entertainment, but in this game you can use.
I always say this, brother, with $100 you buy yourself a pair of sneakers, you buy yourself a pair of pants, and you buy yourself a t-shirt, and you still have like $20 to go dinner with your mom, you know, to buy a couple of hamburgers. Brother, why would I spend $100 on tokens if I can do that shit instead?
Use it to get 2 cards. I think that's a little bit crazy. It's becoming normalized, and it scares me a little bit because we see this awesome progression value. We see that you can get a lot of tokens. You can finally get that card you really want, but it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. And maybe you get that card and it's a whiff. It's not actually as strong as you predicted or some content creator told you it would be. Or then on top of that, maybe you put it in a deck, but then like, I don't know, the meta shifts and that deck's not so great, so you don't really want to play it anymore. And then like, I don't know, a few weeks later, you're not even playing that card. Like you would think with $100, you should be playing that card every single game, and it continues to be really exciting. And again, I'm going to keep saying this. Maybe that works for you. Maybe it continues to be exciting for you, and I could not be happier. But I feel like the majority is struggling with the economy here, and we have to find some ways to make changes. And you know, we don't have to purchase these bundles, that's fine, but then, you know, for the people that aren't going to like dish out $100, can we find a ways to make it a little bit cheaper to acquire some of the new cards, or at least have faster means of progression? And another thing that I want to say,
I will get it, brother, for sure.
As right now is that I actually like the core skeleton of progression in Marvel Snap. I like the fact that you can't really get every single card. That's fine to me. I think
no, brother, why would you say that, Drew? We work so great, brother. We were agreeing here, my dude. Of course it's fine. We don't have to agree with everything, my dude. Of course it's fine. But brother, I don't think it is cool that we can't earn every card. Why not? Why not? Having a full collection is cool. It gives you more options. It feels great, brother. I don't agree with this idea that not having a full collection is cool. It's good. Why? Not having things is not fun. Having things is fun, you know. At least in my opinion, brother.
Right now, it's a numbers game.
The first ever uncollectible card game, by the way.
We're just short on the numbers. We just need to up a few things or make things a little bit easier to acquire, just a little bit, so that it feels achievable. Right now, it does not. And I feel like a lot of the players are feeling that right now. And it shows when we look at how many players are in Collection Series 1, Collection Series 2, and beyond. I feel like new players are not picking up Snap. Let's have a look. Okay, so these are 2 fantastic polls that Alex...
How do we know that that is true? Because these polls, I was taking a look at the polls, and they are asking what is your Snap collection level. Because he says new players are not picking up on a Snap. And I say, well, how do you know? Well, they know because when you look at the collection level of people watching them, they don't have new players in here. They don't have people on pool 1 or people on pool 2. The majority of people are on mid pool 3 or late pool 3, or I imagine Series 3 complete. So there are no new players. And in fact, this amazes me. This amazes me because I would argue that the best experience in the game is for new players. The most fun I ever had in Marvel Snap was my first week playing the game, when I was getting a bunch of cards and I was trying new cool stuff every day. That was the best time that I had in Marvel Snap. So in my opinion, the new player experience in Marvel Snap is awesome. The game gets boring when you are on early pool 3 and Series 3 complete. That is when the game gets boring, brother, in my opinion.
And Snapster do on their YouTube channels. These are 2 of the bigger Snap channels out in the market. Like there's other ones like Cozy and Molt, of course, but these guys do these polls where they ask their viewers, which collection level are you? Which is really great data to have. And I'm sure Team Second Dinner has much better data because, of course, you know, we are only looking at people who watch YouTube and then subscribe. And then
exactly. The real data is on Second Dinner servers, and they are not going to say to us what it is, you know.
Actually vote on the poll. There's a few barriers. But
how long until it gets boring, though? It is boring a month in, 2 months in. I will tell you, when I started playing the game, I stopped playing about 1 month and a half in. I got like mid Series 3. I got to Infinite. I didn't have anything else to do, and I stopped playing the game for like 3 or 4 months. And I picked it up again because I started making content for YouTube about the game. But if it wasn't for that, I would not be playing the game, you know. I stopped playing the game cold turkey just after 1 month and a half that I got to Infinite, and I stopped playing the game. I didn't even complete Series C. I pick up the game again to create content for the game. I mean, new players will not be following these streamers, to be honest. Exactly, they are still learning the game. And a lot of people, you have to remember, a lot of people install a game, they go through the first levels, maybe they don't like it, they uninstall, they don't ever play again. You have to remember that there is a percentage of hooking rate that people keep coming back. And then once they are committed to the game, then they start consuming content for the game if they want to look at cool deck or whatever, but not a lot of people do that. So yes, this information is skewed, but it doesn't matter. You can still extrapolate some of this. Let's say that in reality you can cut this in half. It is still an indicator of there are not much new players, you know. It is still an indicator. You can extrapolate from here. Once you reach Series C, the boredom starts there, yes. And once you are Series C complete, that is when you start considering quitting the game. Exactly. Because you stop getting cards, which feels shit. My favorite memory of Marvel Snap was you unlocking Green Goblin. For that, I was urging to unlocking, and I finally got into collector's tokens. Brother, the day I got Green Goblin, I was so fucking happy, brother. It started as a meme because I really wanted Green Goblin. And I always said Green Goblin before a box, you know, and people picked up on it, and it became a meme, and now I do it with Thanos, you know. Please give me Thanos. But the day I got Green Goblin, I was so fucking happy, bro. Unlocking the card you're looking for is exciting, but once that happens, there is no more excitement from this game. And since they make all the cards going to Series 5, which is inaccessible to majority of players, no one gets excited for new cards. Exactly. If there is nothing exciting after that, that implies the game itself isn't exciting. Yes, bro. At this point, since I've been saying Snap is turning into something similar to chess, in the sense that you like the game, you play the game for the game, but nothing really changes, you know. The games keep being the same bullshit. It takes a long time to change because new cards are not revolutionary enough to impact the game. Because it doesn't become accessible to them until 6 months down the line. Exactly, true. I just finished Pool 3 earlier this month and haven't been opening any boxes too because I don't get new cards. Exactly. Exactly.
But it's the only data that I can pull from, so we might as well use the sample size that we have. And because you can see, these have like 8K, 16K votes. So I feel like it's pretty decent. But as you can see, basically over the course of the last 4 months, the early population that's jumping into Collection Series 1 and Series 2 are diminishing. Like, look at this, 1%, 2%, like that's crazy. Everybody's like, you know, going into Series 3, going to be in Series 4. So obviously we got a big boom at the beginning, right? You know, global launch was in October. Token Shop probably helped. I'm sure a lot of influx of players in that span of time, which is great. Any natural game was going to have that, and then they're going to go down, of course, because the hype of the release is now past. But I still feel like there shouldn't be 1%, dude. And the main reason I think this is happening, I've actually had a personal experience of this. So I introduced a friend to Marvel Snap, and they got to play, okay? But really quickly, I can't show them the same experience. I can't be like, hey, here's the game, and look, because I'm playing all these crazy cards, all these different decks and whatnot, and they have nothing. They can't really have those same experiences. They're in a completely different new player experience. The game is entirely different. We're gonna get to that next, but it's just crazy. So like, there's this uphill climb, which is just so massive to eventually get. You either have to put in months of time, which is not, you know, not everybody's willing to do that, or you put in loads.
Exactly. One of the first objectives you have when you are starting out in the game is getting Series C complete. And when you go into YouTube to look how long do you take to complete Series C, you find that it takes 3 months, 4 months, 2.5 months. That it depends on how much money you spend on the game. It feels so awful, brother. And you will say, well, you don't want to have Series 3 complete. Yes, you do, because being Series 3 complete is cool for creating some cool decks, brother, because Marvel Snap is a highly synergistic deck. And if you don't have one key piece of the deck, the cheat doesn't work, brother. You can't play, I don't know, you can't play Hazmat without Luke Cage, for example, to say one combo. You can't play Death without Wave. You can't play Shed without this, and you can play this without that. And then everything goes to the cheater, brother.
Of money. And again, not everyone's willing to do that. So I think a lot of people pick up the game, see that it's a really fun loop, but realize that it's going to take forever to acquire all the cards or be competitive or anything like that, so they end up dropping it. And I think that's a huge problem for the long-term growth of this game. The new player experience is kind of rough, and it's only getting bigger and bigger and bigger as new cards come out, and they're only getting stuck in Series 3, that bloat like I was talking about. So let's look at the new player experience.
Again, if these people know about psychology and they are implementing all these manipulative tactics into the economy of the game to make people spend money on the game, they have to know that for the dopamine receptors in the brain to keep people engaged into the game, to keep people happy and having fun in the game, acquiring one new card a month is not enough. They have to know that this is not engaging enough for the long-term retention of the player base. They have to know this, brother, and I guarantee you, brother, I guarantee you, and maybe I am wrong, but I really don't think so. If they don't change something about this, the game is going to die down at the long term, brother, because it is not fun not getting new stuff. And yes, the ODA patches are a step in the right direction because it shakes up the meta a little bit. I love the new ODA patches on the Thursdays. But again, it is not enough because what I said earlier, that changes up what is the strongest thing, but it doesn't change up the same bullshit that we are just playing once and over again, you know, the same recycled ideas. They have to introduce new ideas, brother. Come up with new cards. Introduce a batch of 30 cards in just one go. You have the characters, you have the lore, you have the money, you have the people, you have the resources. We know that there are a lot of cards because we have them data mined. Just release them into the game and give people hype for the game, brother. It is so fucking easy to keep things fresh. But no, give us just one card a week and an unaccessible card like that, so you get essentially one card a month, and this is just a slogan. The game gets stale and it is the same for months and months, and it gets boring and people go away. It will happen, motherfucker, believe me. Fix it. I am giving you the key to being rich for years, brother. Part of the issue is that the card pool is small enough that new cards either do nothing or they break the meta. Exactly. There aren't many cards that are in the will be good once a thing happens category, and that is because there aren't enough cards being made to create that category. 100% agree with you, my brother. They say their games will be running for 10 plus years. Sí. Claro. that is me speaking in Spanish with sarcasm that it won't happen if they don't do something about it. I'm so happy I quit this game. Bring ruin it as well as favoritism. Agree with you, brother. Haven't quit the game yet, but playing it super casually, only doing missions and sometimes booster farming. Yes, exactly. I haven't quit the game. Obviously, I carry content for the game. But you guys have realized, you know that I am playing the game less and less, right? That I only play the game when I stream. I climb to get to infinite and that's it. I play the game to make videos about decks on a stream to have fun with you guys, and that's it. But when I am by myself, I don't play this shit unless I am doing something mind-numbing that I run Marvelous Snap on the back to farm boosters or whatever. But I don't play this engaged on my own time. I play other shit that is better, brother. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I don't know. And that is me, that I create content for the game. I can't imagine someone that just play for fun. I just couldn't do it anymore. I hit Infinite during the Quantumania season, and after that it was basically impossible to climb. I never had an issue climbing before that, and it was so obvious that I was being matched against hard counters. Yes, that is one of the conspiracies that the deck has an impact on matchmaking. I don't know if that happens, brother, because being honest, there is not enough data to support that theory that the matchmaking looks at your deck to match you. But I understand that sometimes we feel like that because we change deck and then magically we play against our counter or a mirror match and we think, oh brother, they are watching my deck, but it was just a coincidence, at least in my opinion, you know. Don't get your hopes too high so you don't get disappointed. I am also hopeful that certain other game will be good, brother. I am also hopeful. And I'll be honest, for what we know about the game, there is no reason to be pessimistic. For now, there is no reason to be pessimistic. What we have seen is cool. What we have seen is really cool. I like the mechanics of the two leaders, the way the grid works. I hope the game is good. I really hope the game is good. We know that there will be packs, there will be free cards monthly. Let's hope the game is good, brother. We can only dream and hope, you know. And again, as I always say, I know they maybe aren't competing directly or whatever. We have had this conversation, but I hope that that game coming out and absorbing people puts a fire on the second dinner's ass in terms of making them rethink their decisions, and maybe that make the game better. That is the best case scenario to me. This Dual Force comes out, the game is really good, they start splitting the player base. Then second dinner says, oh, we have competition, we have to improve things so we can keep retaining players, and then they improve things, and then DC improves things, and then we have two really good games and we can play them both. That is the best case scenario for us, the player, brother, in my opinion. Will that happen? I don't know. I hope it happens, but I really don't know. It just sucks because when I first started playing, I was having so much fun and felt it was the best mobile game I have ever played. Now I wouldn't touch this game without the football. I miss how fun it used to be. Exactly, that is what happened with the Snap. The first days when you are playing, that they give you credits and new cards, everything is crazy good, brother. The new player experience to hook players into the game is really good in Marvel Snap, but as the game progresses, you start feeling more shit and shit. It is different from other games like Hearthstone. When I started playing Hearthstone, of course I had fun starting the game out because you are learning the game. Oh, this does that and that does this thing, and the game is awesome, it's great, you are learning and everything is cool. But once you learn the game and you realize that you are lacking a bunch of cards, you start having a little less fun and you start to grind to get more cards. But once you get the cards, you are having fun because you build a cool deck, brother. So Marvel Snap is different. In Hearthstone, when you progress, things get better. In Marvel Snap, when you progress, things get worse. So what is the point? I don't know that I ever had much fun with the Snap, but I really wanted to enjoy and have spent a fair amount of time on it. I didn't even care if I won or lost. Most of the time when I lost, my reaction was, yo, that was a dope play. Yes, brother, yes. That even happens to me now. I sometimes know that I am going to lose, and you guys know this, and I don't retreat because I want to see the play because it is funny.
Experience as a whole. Okay, so this was just a general look of the new player experience, but it's actually an experience that I had directly because we did a snap lock challenge on this channel, and it's where I
will have to heavily edit this video and cut out some parts when I upload it to YouTube because it is too fucking long, right, Raptor? Brother, I have a problem with this, brother. I have to cut out on this because I won't be able to watch longer videos in the future because I turn a 20-minute video into a 2-hour affair, brother. So people don't want to watch a dude ranting for 2 hours, bro.
started a brand new account with a few different constraints to make the challenge difficult. But regardless, I started to realize some trends, which kind of like shocked me, I guess. It's because it's been a while. I played, you know, the tutorial and whatnot and started my account in last June. So it's been a while. So you start off here in the tutorial, whatever. You go through like 30 collection levels and then you finally finish it. You don't really know that you finished it. The game doesn't really tell you. So you just start winning like crazy. You feel unstoppable. I know all my friends were like, what? Like, I'm good at it.
The bots are literally programmed to make you win. I have tried to throw games against these bots and they throw them harder, so you win, by the way.
This game, I'm like 30-1. I'm like, yeah, okay, just wait. Okay, then you start rapidly acquiring new cards. It doesn't take a long time. It's like 2 collection levels at the beginning. You're getting cards non-stop. Yeah, you're tied to those series, but it's fine. It's fun. You're getting new stuff. It's great. Okay, you're also playing against loads of bots, and that's what you don't really know as a new player. They do a pretty good job of hiding the fact that it's a bot, and you know what? That's probably okay. Where it's not okay though, and what I realized with the Snaplock challenge is once you even get to like 80, 70, 90, whatever, you still are playing bots frequently. Bots that throw games. Which brings me to a crazy point. Have you ever seen on Reddit, Twitter, any social media where somebody posts first season playing Snap hit infinite? This game is easy. Something along those lines. If you
Exactly. That is why I have said to you guys that infinite means nothing. I don't value the infinite rank at all because it is different depending on which ranking you are, on which collection level you are. I also invited a friend to Marvel Snap, and in his first season he reached infinite. So what up, brother? It is really easy to reach infinite when you are a new player if someone teaches you how to play the game or if you have background knowledge about card games, you know. So I don't value the same because it is a whole different game depending on your collection level. What's the point of having a ladder if it doesn't mean anything? Exactly. That is the same question I am asking, brother, and that is why I want for a rework of the ranked system, because in other games, when you say your rank is a representation of your skill. Oh, you are, I don't know, global in Counter-Strike, you are really good. But in Marvel Snap, if you are infinite, it means nothing, because when you say to me, I am infinite, I ask you what collection level you are, and you say, oh, I am collection level 400. Oh, it means nothing. You are playing against people that don't know what the fuck they are doing, you know. So it is different depending on your collection level, so it doesn't hold the same value.
You follow any of those social medias, I'm sure you've seen a post that looks like that, where, you know, you're in easy mode at that point. You got to grow your collection to actually meet the real game. Until you hit Series 3, you're like midway through there. That's when Marvel Snap starts, which is just crazy. It's a completely different experience. And I'm not saying it's worse necessarily, it's just different. So are people going to stick with it to get to that new experience? When they finally reach the real Marvel Snap, the Series 3, hitting those decks, you know, a lot more players in that realm, are they going to get discouraged and just drop off because it's going to take too long to acquire all those cards to finally be competitive? Is that a hard stop? I don't know. We don't have the data. I don't know what Team Second Dinner looks at, but it just seems a little bit unsustainable. I feel like, again, we just need to make some changes. In that new player bundle, that pro bundle was not it. $130 to get you started, to hopefully get you all the Series 1 or anything like that. I don't know. That just propels you into Series 3 to just get destroyed by a bunch of players who have a lot of cards there. So it's tough. This has been an ongoing issue, by the way. I remember back in beta, a lot of people felt this way, and still is an issue, but I feel like we don't hear about it anymore because the new player base is
It has always been an issue, Drew, because of what I said earlier, because the system is fundamentally flawed from the ground up, and they are just putting band-aids, and they are not fixing the core issue, brother. They are just trying to handle or manage the symptoms, but they are not attacking the disease. And you know why? Because they don't want to. Because do you think they don't know what the disease is? Brother, if we notice, they notice, brother, they know. Do you think they don't know that for the player it is frustrating, it is infuriating that every new card releases into Series 5? They know this, brother. They know this already. Why they don't change it then? They don't want to. They don't want to, brother.
Kind of dying, which one of the arguments that I hear a lot is that it is a mobile game, and that is just how these things work. And you know what? You're kind of right. It's true. Yes, it's a mobile loop. You know, get you started, get you confident, get you feeling good. You destroy it this game. You're hooked on it now, and now it slows down. Now there's paywalls. Now there's time gates. All these sorts of things to slow you down. And it's true. It exists in Marvel Snap, unfortunately. I think that they've innovated in some areas beyond that typical loop, that typical experience. But we are still in that kind of realm of mobile. Gotcha. You know, like, but we are still kind of in that mobile loop, and it's unfortunate. But I still have hope for this game, like beyond hope.
What did you say there, Drew, brother? You said something that when you were editing, you didn't like what you say, and you cut it out, brother. I picked it up, brother. Say it, brother. Say it right. Don't be afraid of these people, bro.
But we are still in that kind of realm of mobile. Gotcha. You know, like, but we are still.
Yeah, he was saying like, and he called it out. What he said, he didn't like it. Bro, Drew, I want to know what you said there, brother. Yeah, say it right. The game is predatory and manipulative as fuck, bro.
Kind of in that mobile loop, and it's unfortunate. But I still have hope for this game, like beyond hope. I adore and love this game. I think it is so much fun, but changes need to be made for new players and existing players. I'm having a lot of people tell me that they're just dropping the game because it's too expensive, which is a bummer, you know, but I understand, which kind of made me want to make this video. Okay, so.
Of course, you guys know, you guys have commented it right now while we watch this video, and you go to my YouTube comments, and there are people saying, oh, brother, I am dropping the game. I can't keep up with this shit. A lot of comments like those, brother. Obviously, to fall out of their own, they got to infinite within hours to use to just playing bots. Exactly. They're really good at the game, but how do you need to be this Agatha? And that is frustrating for them, brother. They want to play against people, but the game doesn't work like that. And it is not their fault, brother. They want to play with people, and it frustrates them that they get a lot of bots, brother. Because it is not fun beating bots. You want to play with people. That is the whole reason you play the game. Marvel Snap is a house with no foundation. The floor joists are detached and dangling in a detached basement. Putting a new roof on it doesn't prevent the floor from falling through. Exactly, brother. Exactly. I sometimes want to express those kind of things, but you know, English is my second language, and I sometimes don't know how to express stuff. I would love that you guys could envision what I am thinking, you know, but sometimes words don't come out right. But yes, the putting on band-aids on the flood system is the best way I can express it, you know. I never believed the whole theory of being matched based on your deck, but the plays these ops are making where Steam Sniper style plays in 9-10 games. Well, we know that some bots know what you are playing, but I don't know if that means that the matchmaking is looking at your deck, but we know there are bots that just look at your plays and know the outcome of RNG and all that bullshit. I recorded a bunch of them and showed them to a friend who plays, and he said either you have the worst luck in Marvel Snap or those are the beats that the bots that read your play. Yes, there are bots, 100% were bots that read your play, brother. Yes, it has happened to me, it has happened to everybody, and Marvel Snap, the team just outright confirmed it. Yes, there are bots that know what you play and they know the outcome of RNG events. So yes, those bots just retreat if they can't beat you. If they can't beat you, they retreat. But if not, they will play and they will beat you. Your English is better than my Spanish. I can order food at a restaurant, but that is about it. For me, it's fun being able to pull off your combos, and against real players, you don't end up pulling them off most of the time, especially at the Destroy deck, which is my favorite deck archetype.
Let's take a look at a personal experience that also happened to me. All right, so what you're going to be seeing here is recently I acquired Dazzler, but it took almost 1,000 levels for me to acquire her. I hit the pity timer.
I also got Dazzler in a box, and it felt awful. I preferred something else, by the way.
Which was about a month and a half, I think, of me opening chests. Like, it was just crazy. So it got me thinking, okay, how much does that actually cost to do?
I also hit the pity timer in one time. Like, you guys know that you get one card in 40 boxes. It is shuffling there, but then in the next group you also get one card shuffling there. So the biggest space of time that you can have without a card is like 78 boxes. Something, I don't remember the exact number, but it is, yes, in 80 boxes you have 2, so it is 78 boxes. I hit that PD timer one time, brother. 78 boxes without a card. That was awful, brother.
All of this. Yeah, I got some cool variants. And of course, you know, we got to talk about this. You know, I'm going to get into the breakdown of the cost and whatnot. But of course, I acquired tokens, I acquired credits, I acquired gold throughout my journey of opening these chests, which makes it easier to progress, easier to get new cards. So what I'm going to be looking at is when you don't include those, just how much it costs if I straight up with real money purchased enough gold to acquire credits, etc., to get 78 reserves, which is what I'm being told is the pity timer that exists in Marvel Snap for a Series 4 card. There is no pity timer for Series 5. It's just pure luck. So if you open one, that's great. I'm collection level 8,500 or something like that. Have yet to ever open one. So that's just how it is. All right, so check it out. So the snap prices, 12 collection levels equals 1 collector's reserve. 12 collection levels equals 600 credits, right? So to get 1 reserve, you're using 600 credits. We know this. 500 credits is 400 gold according to the in-game shop. 8,000 gold is 100 US dollars. I'm going to use US dollars because that seems to be the most common currency for this viewership.
Yes.
So these exist in the shop. That bundle, that 8,000 gold, is technically your best value bundle to get the most gold out of your dollar. So the pity timer, as we know it, and if it's not quite exactly 78, fine. This is the math still checks out if you want to reduce or add. Okay, 78 reserves, 936 collection levels. That's what it takes. That's quite a bit of leveling up. Well, those levels are going to cost you 46,800 credits, right? Because we know 12 collection levels, 600 credits. Boom, there's your numbers. 46,800 credits is the equivalent of...
Brother, it cracks him up that this is so ridiculous, brother. He can't even say it with a straight face, bro.
37,440 gold. If we continuously did that exchange in the shop, right? So obviously you'd be using your gold to get the credits, but keep this in mind. There is a time gate. You actually can't do that in a single day, only so many times. So you can't just like dump 37,000 gold into 46,000 credits. But just let's say we could, because you know the numbers, that's how it works. Then here it is. And then if we were to use that gold, if we were to somehow purchase that big amount of gold, which we can, well, you'd have to spend 468 US dollars. That is buying the 8,000 gold bundle 4 times over and some, you know, like a bit more after that. And what does 468 US dollars?
Yes, you get some gold and some credits from doing that. So let's assume you shave off $100 from that. It is still a lot of money. It is still a lot of money, brother.
Get you 1 card because you finally hit the pity timer. Now, that is the exaggerated example because, of course, it did not just get you 1 card. It got you avatars. Oh, great. Titles. Oh, love those. But it also got...
Nobody likes titles, brother. Titles are a scam. Titles are designed to feel you like you get something, but you get nothing. You get a line of text, brother. Titles feel awful, brother. I would feel better if a dude came up and slapped me in the face, brother. It would feel awesome. At least it is something that I am experiencing in real life and not some fucking title in a game, brother.
got you boosters. Oh, so wait, no, that's not good either. Credits to get you, more levels. Okay, that's just kind of redundant. Gold, that's pretty good because that can get me more credits, or also, cosmetics. That's actually good. I'm about that. Oh, variants. Speaking of cosmetics, I'm up for those. Variants are great. Those are nice to see, except for when the pixels. Not everybody loves that, but hey, that's the thing. Okay, and then tokens. Of course, I'm getting tokens. Loads of tokens. That's great because I get.
And pixel variants are another scam. Let me tell you. You know why? Because they are the cheaper variants to make in the game, because it is not because pixel variants the pixel art is bad. There are great pixel art, brother. Look for it. You can even take a look at other Marvel games like Marvel vs. Capcom, and you will see that there are awesome pixel characters in that game. The pixel art in Marvel Snap sucks because that just takes 1 hour to one dude in I don't know, in paint to make, So they check that check to the game, and then they give you since the vast majority pixel variants are the more pixel variants exist than any other variant in the token choke, because they are easier to make. Every card has a pixel variant, so when you open a box you have more chances of opening a pixel variant because of the virtue of being more pixel variant, So they are also a scam because they are just putting no effort into this piece of shit that nobody likes, so you get them as reward, which is the same as getting nothing, which is the same as getting a fucking title, brother. Let's be honest, this is what is happening, because you would say, why they don't do a cool pixel art, brother? Why they don't do cool pixel art so we are happy? No, because that will be more expensive. That will require to pay an artist to make a good pixel art. We don't want to do that. We want to keep going to the janitor that makes this bullshit in paint. That is what is happening here, brother. I take it that you didn't get the Dogs Rule title. I didn't. Someone somewhere was super excited about opening Pixel Hell Cow. Time to make a pixel paint the speedrun. Snap's pixel variants are just lazy and insulting to get. Yes! Then they keep adding more of the stupid things, so they just never stop. Basically the same as getting a title as far as I'm concerned. Exactly, brother. What are the best pixel variants in Marvel Snap, brother? The ones that are so fucking ugly that people use them ironically. Like the Hell Cow, for example. You use the Voltor. Brother, you use them ironically because they are so fucking ugly that they are funny. Dude, isn't this stupid, bro?
Eventually, assemble all those tokens and get a card. I'm going to need a lot. I might not even get enough in all of these reserves to get one Series 5 card, but hey, it's going to get me much closer. So if I put all of that together, and let's say I even got lucky and, I got like 2 cards. I didn't even hit the pity tower. I got 2 cards and then third on the 78. So I got 3 cards, bunch of tokens. Maybe I can afford a Series 4 card, and I got some gold left over for maybe some variants, some cool avatars, titles, maybe a variant or 2 there. I got pretty lucky in these 78 reserves. I spent $468 though. I spent $468 for, what did I just say? 3 cards, some variants, cosmetics. What? That's crazy, dude. That's still crazy. Like, again, that's why I'm making this video, is like, that cannot be normalized pricing. That is just so much money. And again, if you want to have that, if you want to have what I just said, let's just, not even, we'll go less than half. We'll go down to $100. If I only had to spend
By the way, with that you can buy a Play 5, right? A PlayStation. You can buy a Switch and games with those $400, right? Why would you spend that shit on Marvel Snap, bro? You can buy a Switch and the Zelda game, the Tears of the Kingdom, with that money. And pay rent. Of course, you can pay rent with that money.
$100 to get 78 reserves, and I got the rewards that I just listed out. Does that seem worth it? Does that still seem worth it? 3 cards and all those cosmetics. I don't know. Is that just the way Marvel Snap is? Because that is just so crazy expensive. And this saving grace is that a lot of this you can get from, just playing the game, right? You don't have to spend the money to get 78 reserves. You can just play every single day, complete your dailies, and eventually you'll get 78 reserves. Eventually you'll hit that pity timer. You'll get cards. You'll get tokens. You can use those tokens to get cards. So there is just a free-to-play, fashion to this game. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm not denying that there isn't. What I'm saying is, if I chose to spend the money, the return is minimal. Premium pricing, minimal returns in my...
And if you don't do it, you can do it free to play, but it takes a long time. How much time it takes to go through 900 collection levels in the collection track? It takes over a month, brother, by being free to play, of course. It can take a month or over a month. I don't really have the numbers, but it takes a long time. It isn't like you are going to do this in a week, brother. You are not going to do this in a week, my dude. So, oh brother, it is achievable being free to play, but it takes a long time.
my opinion, okay? So it's better to be free to play, but it's slow and it's not guaranteed. You're not going to get the new stuff, not for a while anyways. Maybe again once a month, but even then, look at how much tokens you're getting. Percentage chance of opening up a Series 4 card. Mind you, this is all past collection level 1006, but it's just crazy to me sometimes. All right, but I don't like to bring up too many problems without potentially offering some solutions, and I kind of want to hear what you guys have to think. So let's look at that. So solutions. They're not going to refund anything. They've done fantastic jobs. You got to give it up for Team Secondary. This development team is doing a great job with this game. I will not take that away from them. It is a fantastic game. One of the best card games that I've ever played. So much so that I decided to make content for it, which I've never.
I have reading here what the solutions you have, and yes, I agree with quite a few of them. But you are forgetting a really important one that I have already said in this video. They need to release more cards. More cards. One card a week is not enough.
Done before. I just feel like we have to change some of these numbers, make it a little bit more economically feasible for the general population. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So some solutions you could
in fact, those solutions are again a band-aid on the problem. We are not attacking the sickness, the disease. Well, the 6th point might be it. He says here, change new card series releases. And if this means don't release every new card into Series 5, that is a fix. Because that is the disease, that is the problem, that every new card goes into Series 5.
Increase token rewards. Instead of 200 to 600, what if it was just straight up like 600 every time or something like that? Maybe that's too much. I'm not saying specifically that number, but in general, more tokens out there, okay? More frequent series drops, right? So the series drops are pretty good, but they happen, I think it takes 3 months for a card to go from 5, or release anyways, to Series 3. And then if you're not even Series 3.
No, it takes months. It takes more. That is what it takes to go from Series 5 to Series 4. From Series 5 to Series 4, it takes 2 months and a half. And then 2 months and a half more to go from Series 4 to Series 3. So it takes 5 to 6 months to go all the way from 5 to 3.
You complete, it's still going to take time to acquire, right? So I feel like maybe if it was a little bit faster to get there, it'd be a little bit faster to acquire. Same with bringing back purchasing Series 3 cards, I think would be great. Cheaper bundles, man, the $100 ones, that's just wild, especially when you put your best progression value behind that. It's a bit of a tough pill to swallow. Improve the drop rates, the 10%, 1%, maybe actually put a pity timer on Series 5 cards, that'd be nice. New card rentals, I always thought that would be a good option. I believe Alex once said that it'd be really cool if you could pin a card in your shop, you could then use it in your decks until, I don't know, maybe the next card exchange would rotate it out even though it's pinned. I don't know, you could find a way, maybe it's like a rental pin, right? You could just try out a card before you buy it, so you know if you want to actually pick up that card, use your valuable resources on it. Change new card series releases. Instead of them always being at 5, maybe we have some cards released at 4, released at 3, stagger it a little bit.
Exactly. That is the solution, brother. That is the solution. All the other shit are good suggestions that I agree with them, but are band-aids, brother, on the whole system. What is a real fix is don't release every new card into Series 5, brother, and release more cards. That is another one.
Pretty great as well. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Am I over-exaggerating this problem? Is it not a problem? I totally understand. Again, it doesn't even affect me. I feel like I just see the player base kind of declining, getting frustrated with this. So I just wanted to bring it up again. I brought it up about 5 months ago. If there's no changes in the next 5 months, I will do this again until there is eventually change. I love this game. I care about this game deeply.
Until eventually there is no one listening to bullshit about Marvel Snap because no one cares, because everyone left because of the bullshit monetization and collection system. Fix it, second dinner. We are not saying it because we just want everything for free. We are not saying because we are whiny little bitches. We are saying it because it is true and we want the game to be better and we don't want to have our time wasted creating content for a game that is going to die because you are too fucking greedy. We are doing this out of love, brother. We want you to succeed. We want you to make money. We want you to have a game that lives for 10+ years. Listen to us, brother, please.
I enjoy making content on this game. I just want everyone to enjoy it as much as I do. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I will catch you next time.
Nice, great video, Drew, brother. Great video. I am glad that you are talking about this again, brother. I am glad. This is validation. This is cool, brother. This is more people talking about this, and you have more subscribers. Maybe they listen to you, brother, and not to me. And I know the way you say it too. I know that sometimes I can be abrasive on the way I say stuff, and people don't like to be yelled at or whatever, But you say it in a way that is more friendly. So maybe they can listen to you, brother. But yes, it was a great video, brother. Thank you for the video, my dude.